Hey guys, it's Gail Scott-Key on Gail Scott-Key's Entertainment Now, and I'm so thrilled to have back with someone who doesn't need a long introduction, but guess what? I'm going to give it to him because he deserves it. And I am talking about award-winning actor, visionary director, and of course, author Richard Lawson. You have seen him from films from all over, from Dirty Harry, also into TV for All of My Children. And now, oh my goodness, he's playing Norman Belair on Tyler Perry's hit series Beauty and Black. Have you watched it? You know you have. And he is here now, and it's packed with a lot of secrets. So maybe we can reveal some of those. Maybe we can't. We'll see what's going on. But I'm so excited to have him back. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the powerful story Aftershock, the Nicole Bell story. I've seen it. If you haven't, you need to watch it. How is it changing the history of what we're doing now and even how we're taking care of one another? You'll definitely want to tune in for that. And also, where do we go from that? How do we heal as individuals? And if it wasn't enough, Richard did release his book. Did you get your copy? The Artist Roadmap, Navigating Your Career in Show Business. I know there's a lot of you looking to get into it. Well, now you can, and the expert is here himself, Richard Lawson. Richard, it is always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for making the time, as always, for joining me.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good to see you again.
Oh, it is wonderful to see you. I know you have got your feet on the pavement. You are doing so much. Where are you now taking the interview now from? Because I know you've been traveling a lot and doing your book tour and such. But are you in home base or traveling abroad?
No, I'm home based. I'm home today, but
Good.
I'm all over the place most of the time, but I'm at home today. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know we have a lot to cover, and of course, Beauty and Black. Whew, my goodness. I've been secretly watching, okay, and your character, he's just like, woo. We're gonna get into that because I just adore you, and there's just so many things. But let's take it back a little bit. Let's take it back because there
Okay.
is some recognition what we want to talk about. We want to talk about, okay, so you were born in Loma Linda, who, for those who didn't know, and you've been on the show and we've talked about this, but a lot of people didn't know, even on my last show, that you served as a medic in Vietnam.
I
And
did.
that's incredible. And we want to thank you and salute you for serving. Honestly, we really
Thank you.
do. And
Thank you.
what has that experience, Richard, shaped the person who eventually walked onto a film set? I think that it's really good to connect these dots.
Well, you listen, life shapes us, from every day, every experience, every success, every trauma, it does shape us. We don't know who we are till we get there. So as far as Vietnam is concerned, I was a medic in Vietnam, and I was right out there in the middle of it. But by being a medic, I was able to, sort of administer to people and be of service. And it was really an incredible experience, even though, I mean, I was always, one incident away from having it be very, very different. Like a lot of the people that I knew who, God rest their souls, did not come back. I was able to come back, but that traumatic experience was was something that really gave me helped develop character and strength and resilience and having to learn how to process, pivot, and proceed. I see it as a very important time in my life, and it left me with some very valuable lessons, if you will. There are never any losses in life. There are only lessons, where you hit a wall and you pivot, you you reroute, and you keep going. And so that's been the story of my life, is just a constant series of reroutes, and that was certainly one of them.
I love what you just said there, and that's what's so inspiring, and that's why I just truly admire you, Richard, seriously, because with everything that you have gone through, you are so humble and you're so transparent and you tell it like it is, and it's relatable, and I love that. And for relatability, I know that there are still some fans. I actually, even the last time when I've had you on the show, you know, they remember you from All My Children and from Dirty Harry, and of course from Poltergeist. Woo! People get that's one of my faves. Okay, let's just face it.
Okay.
I just love it. And of course, your career, it spanned through all of those decades, but what's kept you adaptable from so many different kinds of roles? Because for others, it can be a struggle, but you have learned to tap into what being adaptable and relatable has held the key for you. What do you think that's been?
Well, the word people throw around the word resilient
Mm,
a lot, but the definition of resilient is that it is a rebound from something that was established in the beginning. And so, therefore, it's like a rubber band, it expands and then it goes, be resilient is to go back to its original position. So it's in terms of having an original position, original point of view, a way of life, a way of thinking, a philosophy, some virtues, principles, ethics, integrity. And when you sway away from that, to be resilient is to be able to come back, or it pulls you back into a form that is sustainable. And so a lot of people use the word, but they don't really have anything to rebound back to. So therefore, they have to find another way of thinking. And that's not resilience. That's just adaptation, I suppose. But I have been resilient because of the fact that when I came up, I had a very strong set of ethics and integrity that was imbued into me by my family, by my mother, my single mother. 16, she worked 16 hours a day for 16 years, and she came from incredible stock in terms of my grandparents who woke before dawn, and they were in the fields and they were plowing and raising the stock and growing their own and selling the product, the fruits and vegetables that they grew. And then before that, my great grandfather, who bought himself out of slavery, and established a very strong foundation in his Louisiana community where he taught farmers how to share crop, meaning that they all grew crop and they understood how to share it and become one going to the marketplace, so that 1,000 pounds of one man taking 1,000 pounds of cotton to the gin would get X. But 100 men gathering together as a group would take 100,000 pounds of cotton and they would have a seat at the table. Learning that from my grandfather, who had the wherewithal to buy himself out of slavery. And then when I went to Ghana, and I realized that I was 30% Nigerian, 20% Ghanaian, that I went to the cave castle, the dungeons where it was the point of no return for the African enslaved people. And I realized that I was standing on my own DNA in that dungeon. I really understood what resilient was. And so therefore, my career has stood on the ability to rebound back to an original form of ethics and integrity, and having some value that was familiar to me.
I love that. Oh my, you know, that is just I love that about you because people who have watched you and grown up with you, and I remember you on All My Children and watching myself like everybody else. And but I've also seen you in interviews, and you can see that integrity that you carry along. And it's nothing fake, it is real. And I wish others would adapt that from you. I wish others would see this about you because you were the genuine article. And that's why I
Oh,
love having you on because it's an honor. Um, and it's
oh,
been an
thank you.
honor to see how all of this has transitioned into today because you've been working with Tyler Perry, as everybody knows, on a couple of projects. Let me see. Divorce in Black to start, which
Mhm.
also paired you up with your dear friend Debbie Morgan, who is from
Uh,
All My Children. That big dimple. I love her big dimple. I always remember seeing that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But this was your first project with Tyler Perry, Divorce in Black. Is that correct?
no, no,
Oh, it was
I
not.
did. No, I did actually two other things for Tyler before that. I did one of his comedies. I can't even think of the name of it right now, but I did one of his comedies, and then I did the Colored
Yes.
Girls who considered suicide when the rainbow was not enough.
Yeah.
And I played a, a part in that where I was Loretta Devine's
Yes.
boyfriend. I just saw Loretta 2 days ago at, God rest her soul, Kiki Shepherd's memorial, and lovely dancer and and tremendous human being. Anyway, she had a memorial, and I saw Loretta Devine there, so
Oh my
it's nice to
goodness.
see her.
She's amazing just like you. And
Mhm.
I'm so so sorry for that. And thank you for the correction. Yes, because there's been so many, but that his you got a call and that call was offering you a role in Beauty in Black. What was that
Well,
like?
well, it's you would like to think your characters are very different than you, but somehow there's something in you that can reach somewhere, at least in your fantasy or the madness or that darker part of you that you learn to manage. And then
Mhm.
you can play these diabolical characters because none of us are saints. For every side that you see, the opposite also exists. Maybe it never comes out, thank God. Maybe you learn to manage it. But yeah, Norman is a particular guy. He operated out of love. He loved his wife so much. I hope I never have to say again that my wife is dead. My wife is dead. I said that probably 50 times during the season. My wife is dead. And a lot of people tease me about it. We
Oh.
know, we know.
I was gonna send you some flowers, but I said, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait,
Yeah, yeah, but it's really amazing. So that show has had 8 billion minutes viewed.
hmm
8 billion minutes viewed. That's
I
about
added.
500 million hours.
I've added to those
And
numbers. Yeah. Just saying.
yeah, it's an extraordinary event
Well,
thing that
everybody loves that because when you can relate to so many characters, like you said, you got the bad, the good, and the in between and stuff, and seeing you and Debbie Morgan, of course, and just seeing how it
mm,
all comes together. So it's the guilty pleasure. Let's face it, everybody's
it
looking
is a
at
good
it. All right,
it
okay.
it's a guilty pleasure for sure. And Debbie is my girl because Debbie, we have such great chemistry together.
Yes.
It's truly insane just in terms of we love working together. We're always, when I create projects, she creates her own project, I create my own projects. We're always penciling in, writing in each other's names, and because I want her to be my wife. She wants me to be her husband, boyfriend, whatever, whatever. And
Yeah,
it's just, it never ends. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful collaboration between us as artists.
absolutely. Well, I think is it because it's carried on screen, but off screen, you both have each other's back. I mean,
We
you
do.
get to connect,
We
right?
do. We do. We do. We love each other. And, um, she calls me husband number two.
There you go.
Yeah. And her husband says, "Hey, look, hey, how you doing, husband number two?"
I love that. I love that. Well, see, it's a natural selection of right there of having your own family. And I think Tyler
There you
Perry was also, you must have wondered, he must have known something about that because he had you guys together in several of his productions and seeing
Yeah.
that. So, it's nice
Yeah.
when you have producers and directors who say, "Hey, I want to keep that essence going," and you guys don't lose it. So
No.
that's the gem right there. So
No.
that's it. So what's any secrets that you can spill, or no, no, just wondering,
About the show?
Yes.
Well, I think it's coming back
Mhm.
fairly soon.
Mhm.
And all I can say is just remember that I'm playing a character. I'm playing a character. So it's it's not, it's so interesting that people will come up to me. There was I was doing all my children, and I was going to Texas, to Houston, Texas, to a friend of mine's office, and his secretary I had known for 5 years, and she was a big fan, and she was friendly, and we were, I loved her. We were close. I walked into his office. I hadn't been there probably in a year and a half. I walked into his office, and she looked at me and she says, "Why did you do that?" I said, "Do what?" "You know what I'm talking about. Why would you have that boy and just disappear? Disappear. You could have, you abandoned this child when he was young." I said,
Wait,
uh, "This is a character I'm playing. I don't care." It was like, it was real for her. She was not having it. It was like, man, people take soap operas, they serious
listen,
about their stories. They
you
call
are
them
you
stories.
are real. I was even praying for you. I never told you. I was like, okay, okay. I love you. God love your little soul, because it's the truth. Because something you have. It's when you are beyond an actor, that you're not acting. You make it feel so real that we
Yeah.
bring it. We want you in our homes, and then we have the nerve to lecture you when we see you on the street.
It's crazy. It's
Just
crazy.
showing you how much we love you, right? Oh, that's
Right.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, you've gone from so many genres, as we said, and of course, we want to get in the biggest one that we see
Hmm.
today with the changes. Oh, this was hard for me to even watch. You played Reverend Al Sharpton, and
Mm.
Nicole Bell. She actually was a producer in this film, and it was
Right.
Aftershock, the Nicole
Aftershock.
Bell story.
Yeah.
And it was released in 2025, and it is streaming on Amazon Prime Video. And I'm telling everybody, Apple TV, Fandango. It stars Raven Farrell as Nicole Bell. Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
And you, of course, playing Reverend Al Sharpton. And as I remember meeting Reverend Al Sharpton, it seems when these unformidable circumstances come up,
Hmm.
he is the one who really gets everybody's eyes and ears open to see. Um,
Yeah.
what was that like for you, Richard? What was that like, and how did that change you?
Well, so many wonderful things came out of it for me. Just the ability, the opportunity to play the Reverend, and to talk to him and to meet him was such a beautiful, beautiful experience. And the story is really, really important. So much so that Nicole and I are going to be touring colleges where we take a synopsis, a 1 hour synopsis of the story, and we screen it for people. And then we have a discussion. Um, and we're going to be screening it at HBCUs and universities. Um, their law department combined with their art department, political science department, English departments will come and partake in the viewing and the discussion, post discussion afterwards about criminal justice or injustice, as it were, and have a really formidable discussion about the importance of the subject and where we are, ironically, now at this political climate, and how that, and what we should be doing in order to bring this situation, circumstance to the fore, and keep people in discussion about responsibility, about voting, about what we can do about it. What kind of revolution, not not military revolution, but fiscal revolution, political revolution, social, spiritual, emotional revolution as a people, that we can do something about our condition. It's not about a black and white thing, it's about self thing. How do we take care of ourselves? So if we
Yeah.
understand an economic revolution, we understand that we have control over the money that we make and where we spend it. So
Yes.
that, right now, during the Tulsa Black Wall Street days, money stayed in that community for 2 years. Money stays in the African American community today only 6 hours,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
stays in all other communities so much longer. So
Yes.
people have ownership. People shop in the ethnicity of the stores that they are ethnically
Mhm.
connected to.
Yeah.
We don't stop it. We don't own our stores. We don't buy from each other. So how can
Mm.
we strengthen our communities? And so this film and the touring of this film with me and Nicole and other people and law people and other guest speakers will be
Mhm.
talking about that at universities. And this is ironically in tandem with us having Beauty in Black events
Mm.
alongside that. So we're going to be touring Beauty in Black.
Wow.
We're going to have a
Thank
Beauty in Black tour. Yeah.
Thank you so. This is what I'm talking about. This is what's so great about you. Honestly, you have your finger on the pulse of what needs to be said, what needs to be addressed. How do we heal the hurt? How do we have this education, talking about it, bringing it to the forefront? Um, the movie it was hard. It was
Yeah.
it was so hard to watch. And I can't stand anybody hurting anyone. I don't care who. But this stole so many moments of pain, but I'm so glad that you're replacing it, and Nicole's going to be replacing it with education awareness and how
Yeah.
to build from there, because that's
Yeah.
super important, super important. And as you were going on, you also did something incredible, as I want to make sure the artist roadmap, navigating your career in show business. Whew. I
I
wish
was
I was
looking.
in your class. I saw you posted on Facebook. I wish I was there, Richard. Come on. Oh, you had
Yeah, it's
such an auditorium of open arms, open eyes. What do you feel that audience got from learning from you when they get this book? What do you want when they, from chapter to chapter, what do you want others to take away from who are looking to do the same issue?
well, most people look at show business and they only see the end result. They see people
Mm.
succeeding. They see people winning the awards. They see people driving the cars and, whatever that comes with the accoutrement of having being successful. That's true for a very small percentage of the people in the business. But what I wanted to impart, because I've been in the business I got in the business in 1969. So
Yeah.
I've actually touched 7 decades, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, et cetera, up to where we are now. That's 7 decades, right? And in that time, I've learned a lot as an artist, being an actor on the screen, on the stage, in talk shows, et cetera, et cetera. I've learned the show
Yes.
of business. So I understand show, but I also understand business of show. So therefore, whatever it is you're doing, you have to monetize it,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So that you can keep it and own it. And so my book and plus the fact that as a teacher of actors and others, I have had the benefit of being able to be able to teach some of the most famous people in the world. And so, in that regard, I have this track as an actor and a track as a teacher. And this dual track gives me all this information. And I've recorded every class that I've ever taught. And so,
Mm.
therefore, I have all this information that I can go back and draw from and pull stories from that become very effective stories in terms of talking about what it is to have a career, navigate a career in show business. It's not just how to be a good actor. That's a
Right.
small part of it. It's
Yep.
how to have a career, how to manage all the stuff that goes with your career, your agents, managers, the people that you work with, the material that you read, how to act it, how to remember lines, et cetera, how to collaborate. There's all that. And then there's how to manage your life and the people around you so that you are making good choices so that you can create a space where art can occur. If, like any environment, a fish can only grow in a size of the container that is going to befit his growth, his potential growth, and also
Okay.
that is a nourishing, pool of water that he's in. A tree can only grow in nourishing soil, so you have to create nourishing soil around you, and that means that you got to handle the people around you. So that's in career, and then you got to learn how to monetize it. How do you turn it into something? How do you turn it into products? How do you
Yeah.
write books,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera? So it's full circle in regards to what a career is. And I teach the full circle because I've been an actor and I've been a teacher. So I've had these dual tracks.
I gifted my niece, who is produces this show and also looking to be a director, your book.
Oh,
Gifted it to her. And I said,
okay.
if it comes in your area, I will pay for it for her to be there because she's humble and she's beautiful, and I say this, of course, as her aunt, but she is eager to learn the right way. She doesn't take it in those steps. So I gifted her the book when of course I've got my own copy, but she was just like, Auntie. So she's been like so impressed by all of this. And I so thank
Oh,
you
wow.
again because you do it the right way. And I love what you said. It's not all the stars and everything about walking around on the red carpet. It's about what you can give and how you I love what you were talking about, where you plant and how you grow. And it's the truth. It's the truth. So
Yeah.
I promised you something before you go because we're going to have some fun. Now, Richard, you've been
Okay.
on my show so many times, and I know we've got a few minutes. So there's a new part. It's called Good to Know. And Richard's the first one to do it on my show. Ooh, he didn't know this. He's like, uh-oh. Well, I gotta go now. I promise you this is harmless. This is going to be about, you've done a plethora of interviews and sort of, all of those press junkets and all of that, but who knows Richard Lawson really? What about the fun stuff? So let's just do this. All right, we're gonna have some fun. So the first question before fame, before the Emmy nominations, before Tyler Perry's sets and blockbuster films, what is one job you had paid or unpaid that you're pretty sure none of your fans knew about? Were you ever a waiter, a mover, a mailroom guy? Give us a story. What was one of those jobs?
A job. I was a furniture mover.
Really?
But I owned that. And when I was 18, I dropped out of college to go into start a business with my cousin because I was going to start a business. And he was a furniture mover, but he was an expert professional with antique furniture. That's what he specialized in. And
Okay.
at 18, I invested in this truck with him, and we bought this truck and we became furniture movers. But Uncle Sam said, "Oh, no, no, no. While you were in college, I was going to leave you alone. But now that you snuck out of college, I'm going to call you to come to be drafted into the service."
Oh,
And
see?
so, yeah. But
Very
but
interesting.
but for a hot minute, I
Uh-huh.
was I was a janitor for about a month.
Hey, hey, God
And
bless.
we were cleaning up restaurants.
Yep.
And let me tell you,
Uh-huh.
cleaning women's bathrooms,
What? What? No, it can't be right.
Whoa!
Richard,
No fun.
worse
Oh
than the
my
men.
God.
Listen,
Oh
I know he's not
my
talking about mine. I know
God.
he's not talking about mine. So, we'll just move on to your second question. I see how that's gonna go. All right. So your second question is every actor has a role they auditioned for and did not get, one that still lives rent free in their head. Is there a part out there you didn't land that in hindsight you either were relieved about or one that still stings a little bit?
Ragtime.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was I was up for Ragtime. Now, interesting thing is that I read that book and
Hmm.
long before it came out, man, I chased that down. I wanted that role so bad. Cole House Walker, I wanted that role. You know, Milos Forman came to LA. He wouldn't see me for some reason, right? He left. He went to London scouting locations. I went to play basketball with my boys one day and he said, "Hey, whatever happened with that audition?" I said, "I didn't get it." He left town and now he's scouting locations in London. And my friend said, I'll fly to London and chase him down.
Oh my.
Okay. I said, hold on to my basketball. I left that day. I went home. I made some phone calls. I called one of my agents. I said, Milos is with ICM. I was with ICM. I said, where does he stay when he's in London? He said, Richard, what are you talking about? What are you going to do? I said, I just wondering. And just wondering. Well, he stays at one of four hotels. And that's it. We're not telling me. And I said, okay, fine. I booked a flight to Gatwick Airport. It was cheaper than flying into Heathrow. Booked a flight into Gatwick Airport. I got out the plane. I went in there. I saw it said hotels. I went to the desk. I said, um, and I meditated. Inn on the Park. That's what came to mind. I said, I want a room at the Inn on the Park. They said, we don't have rooms at the Inn on the Park. They're all sold out. We just sold the last one. I said, can you check again? Sir, they're sold out. I said, where's your manager? Okay, they're sold out. I'm telling you. Went in the back. The manager came out. I had $100 bill in my hand. I put it in his hand. I said, I need a room at the Inn on the Park. He looked and said, be right back. He went and got a room, $500 a night. I went into London, Inn on the Park. I walked in the door. I said, is Milos Forman still staying here? He said, yes. I said, good. I got in my room. I put my bags down, took a shower. I walked the hallway. I went to the lobby. I went to the restaurant, to the bar, hallway, lobby, restaurant, bar, and I made a loop for about 3 hours. No Milos Forman. Finally, I was tired. I went to bed, laid down, woke up about an hour later because I knew he was in his room. I called his room. I said, Mr. Foreman. He says, yes, may I help you? And I said, this is Richard Lawson. I said, you don't know me, but I'm telling you, I am Cole House Walker. I just want you to see me, just 5 minutes of your time. And he says, oh boy, I'm going to dinner. When you get back to the States, give your picture to Mary Goldberg. Click. Wow.
My
I
goodness.
stayed in, I stayed in London for a week. I might as well. I went to see some plays and stuff like that. I got back and then I found out that I had an audition in New York. He had no idea that I was the same guy who went to London.
My
I flew to New York. I auditioned for him. He loved it. And he said, I want you to come back next week and read because I want you to read with a chemistry read. I came back and it was just me and Howard Rollins. Howard got it. But after I saw the film, I said, nah, I
God.
was not going to play it like that. That's not the Cole House Walker that I believed in. He was meek and humble and stuff like that. And that was Milos Forman's take. He's a foreigner, and that was his take on a black man in during a time of racism and Jim Crow. It's like, no, that's not the way that I saw that character, and that's not the way I would have played it. So I didn't get it, but I was good that I didn't got
Come
it.
on,
Didn't get it.
Richard. Come on. That's oh my that is the coolest story. That is the coolest story. Okay, I've got one more, and now you're going to really like this. This is going to wrap it up. I saved the best for last. I
All
want
right.
you to think music. I want you to think music on this one. All right, and this is a fun one. If Norman Belair from Beauty and Black had a karaoke song, one tune he'd absolutely destroy the mic with at a family party, what would it be?
I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I give you my heart. I love you. You alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me and say we'll never part.
And you can get Richard Lawson's album on Amazon.com. All right. All right. Norman. Oh my goodness, Richard. It has been an honor. This is fantastic. Was that fun? See, that wasn't bad, was it?
No, that was fun. That was fun.
Oh
That was
my
fun.
goodness. That is so awesome. I want to tell everybody, please go check out Beauty in Black, Aftershock, the Nicole Bell story, and of course, grab yourself a copy of The Artist Roadmap. Until next time, Richard, as always, it is an honor to have you on the show. And whew, the things you never knew, now I do.
Things you
Ladies,
never
we'll
know.
take care of our ladies' room.
Yeah, please, I swear, please.
Oh,
Although,
Rabbit, you just stop that.
although things have changed because in those years they were doing things differently. All that's changed, so therefore there's nothing laying around now.
Oh, oh. These just
they don't
fun.
have those buckets you put stuff in. That's
Oh
what was so bad.
my God. Listen, you men's room. We'll be talking about that next time when I have you back.
Okay. All right, Gail, it's good to see you.
Thank you so, so much. I love having you on. And I will be, and also, I do want to say to Lindsay, girl, thank you. Thank you. Girl, Lindsay, she is the bomb. She is the
Yeah,
bomb.
she is.
Thank
Oh,
you.
she's the
Thank you.
best.
She is amazing, amazing. I couldn't have had this opportunity to have you back on without her. So I had to give a quick shout out to her. Thank you so, so much. Richard,
You're
always,
welcome.
it is an honor. Thank you. And
Okay.
I'll be going back to Beauty in Black. You know, I got some stuff to watch, okay? Okay. Excuse me. All right.
Please go back, and just remember,
Mhm.
don't hold it against me. Gail, good to see you, sweetheart.
You too. Thank you so much. You take care.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.